Alright guys, so in previous video we have designed this form. Please log into our form. So in that video I have told you that we'll be designing a form and then in the next video we'll be storing data. Whatever the user will enter his her email and password, it will be stored in our database, in our MySQL. So it will be very simple tutorial and it is very important tutorial. Now first we need to open our XAMPP and we have to run this to Apache and MySQL. After that, click just on this admin so that we could easily redirect to this page. Now here we have created, in that video we have created our database, contact us. You can create it right now. So I will just click on it and I will here create a table. Now before creating table, let me explain something. In this video we'll be using PHP insertion query that will be taking input from our form from user and then we'll be sending that data to our backend, means PHP MyAdmin our database. Now let me give it a name. So in our case we'll be giving a name users. You can give it any name. So and we need just two columns because in our form here we have email and password. If in your case your form is lengthy such as first name, last name, password, email, anything, then you have to give your email row, sorry, your table rows according to that. But in our case, in my case, I have just two, so let me give it three. First one will be for serial number, second one will be for column email, and third one will be for name, password. Now just click on create. Now let me do something here such as serial number, after that email. Now these are the column names and then password. After that, let's make it type int, and for email we have to use varchar, for password we have to use varchar. Now the length will be for integer type 11, for varchar will be 23, and same for password will be 23. Okay, great. Now we need to, let me zoom it out. Here we have to increment our serial number, we have to auto increment, so that whenever I insert another record it should be increment automatically. Okay, that's great. So we have created this table. Let me zoom in and this table has three columns: serial number, email, password. Okay, great. Now just go a bit down and save. Okay, so we have this within this contact us database. We have a table by the name of users and it has three columns. Now it is the time to jump into our VS Code, and this is the code. You don't need to worry about it. We have just copied our navbar and form from Bootstrap. Now let me make it easy. After the navbar we have PHP code. Now let me cut it so that I could make this code easy for you. Okay, just before the HTML code, let me paste it here. Now this is the PHP code. For now skip it, you don't need to worry about it. After that we have HTML code for navbar that we have copied from Bootstrap. Now let me zoom out. As you can see here, that is highlighted. This is the navbar, and we don't need in this video to concern with it. We have to focus on our form. Okay, and this form, at the bottom of navbar we have a form. Okay, we have this form, this one right here. Now let me zoom in and let me explain the things. As you can see here, in our form we have two boxes, first for email and second one for password. Okay, now in this we have used first input for email, this one, and we have given ID and name email and ID email. Now we will be using this name email. Now let me explain it. After that I'll show you that how we will be using this. And after that we have another input for password with pass ID and pass name. Now whatever the user will enter within the form, in case email and password, we will be using this email and password in our PHP code so that we could easily store the data into our database. Now it is the time to do some new coding within this. Okay, so what I will do, first I will, within this if statement, this is the if statement in previous video we have discussed, just for checking that the method in our form is get method or post method. For post method within PHP we use server, and within server we use request method. With this request method we check that is it a get method or post method. After that, the input in our form will be getting data from that. So this is the email and password in our form, and I am going to get data using post, and I am going to store this data within email and password. Now this part you don't need to worry about it. For now it's kept. Now it is the time to connect to our database, but first we need server. Okay, there is an issue in my keyboard, so I'll be typing very slowly. So server name, and this will be local host. Okay, local host. After that we need user name, and this will be root. Okay, and we have discussed everything in previous tutorial. Let me show you. We have this tutorial: connect to database, how to connect to database, how to create database, how to create table, and then how to create table, this one, and how to insert data into the table, that we are going to do right now in this video, but using HTML form. Okay, great. Now the second thing that I will do here, I will use password, and this will be empty, and you don't need to give it a space, otherwise it will throw an error. And don't forget semicolon after each line while using PHP. And now we have to target our database, so DB, you can give it any name, and our database is contact us. This is our database, and you have to write the correct spelling of your database. Now it is time to connect to database, so let me write here a command. Okay, keyboard issue. Okay, create to DB, control forward slash, so that it could be commented out. Now here I'll be using an object, or you can say a variable, by the name of connection, and I'll be using a function that will connect me to the database, and that function will be SQLi connect function, and within this I'll be passing the upper 4 variable, or whatever you can say, object or parameter. So first server name comma $, username comma, and password. Okay, in my case it is password, so let me write password. Again, database. So we have successfully passed our connection to the database by saying that we have this permission, this permission, this permission, this permission, means server. Our server name is localhost, that is provided by Apache, and the name of my server username is root, and the password will be empty, and the database that I'll be using to insert record will be contact us. Now let's check. Maybe for some reason there will be an error of connection, so we have to check. If there is not connection, $, connection, then we have to use die function, and within this die function, for now let me make it, let me write here error. Okay, let me make it a real one. There is keyboard issue. Okay, this is keyboard issue. There is an error, and the error will be, whatever the error will be, it will be displayed by MySQL underscore error function. After that, semicolon. What if our connection is successfully occurred, means we are successfully connected to database, then skip this part. It will skip this part, if statement, and it will come into else part. Okay, let me write it. Okay, let me zoom in. First let me zoom in. We are within PHP. Okay, else, within else I will do the real thing. Now just make your logic here. Okay, from there, start your logic from here. First we have get data from our form, and we have stored within email and password. After that we have used convention for connecting to database. Okay, this is convention. You can scrap this part. You don't need to scrap. It will be saved in your memory when you will practice more and more. if you have watched the previous videos. Okay, now within this else part, I will do my logic. First, I will here create a variable by the name of SQL, just SQL, and within this SQL, what I will do, I will use my this connection. No, not this connection. I will insert record. Okay. So how to insert record? After this, you have to write here double quote. Now within this double quote, you have to use insertion query. You can directly copy it from here, but we are programmers, so we won't be copy it from here. We will be doing it by using our own hands. So here just write insert keyword into backstick. Okay, backstick. Now within this backstick, write the name of your table that you are using to insert record into it. So my table, what was the table? I think usernames that we have created. Now, what was the column of your table? So right after giving the name within this backstick of your table, just put column names. So we have three columns: serial number, email, and password, but we will not be giving here a serial number. So within backstick, again, give for now serial number, skip, just skip it. First give it email, after that comma, backstick, give your third column, that was pass. Okay, and after that within the same double quote, okay, within the same double quote, write values. Now it's time to insert values, and again parentheses. Okay, now the value you can manually put it here, and we have discussed in this tutorial, we have discussed it within insert record, this one. Okay, how to insert record within your database. Okay, let me make it, let me remove it from here, so you don't need to confuse here. Just focus and make your logic. Now as I have mentioned, I don't need to manually write here, because we have two variables and we have get the input from the form and we have stored within this. So let's pause this. Now here you don't need to write backstick, you have to use single quote. Now within the single quote, pass the variable name in which your data is stored, and that is email. After the single quote, comma, again single quote, within the single quote again pass. What was the second? It was pause. Okay. And after that semicolon. Don't forget semicolon, otherwise it will give you an error while using PHP. It is very important. Okay, now it's what we have done. We have created connection and we have checked the connection. If there is no connection, then it will display this message with this error. Whatever the error will be, it will be shown by this built-in function. We don't need to consider it. After that, if there is connection occurs successfully, then it will come here and it will throw this record into your database in your table. But while inserting record, we have to run query. And this is and for that I will store I will use another variable by the name of result. You can give it any name, and I will be using MySQL query. Okay, and this query will take two parameters. First will be connection of your database. The second one will be your record that is stored in this SQL. So again $sign here, and this will be SQL. Great. Now we have successfully done. You don't need to write another code for your recording data into your database, but as a senior programmer, you have to check this one as well. Maybe for some reason there is an error while running the query. We have to check it again. We will be saying that if $sign our query that is stored into result, if it is occur, means we successfully insert record into our database, then I'll be using my message, this one. Now it will be, I will copy this cut from here by using Control X. Okay, what I've done, I've just cut it and I'll be there. I'll be pasting it right here. So if result occurs, if I am going to insert record into database successfully, then it will be displaying this, and here you can give it a message. Your email and password has been successfully stored in database. Okay, I have already copied this one from Bootstrap. Alert message, you can copy it, but if there is no connection, we have to use another else. Okay, I am using this else and if within this else. Okay, you don't need to write this after this, otherwise it will give you an error. Okay, so as I have mentioned, you have to use your logic here. So within this, I'll display a message. For some reason, if there is no insertion of my data into table, so I'll be using echo. Within this echo, I'll be writing something like, what should I write? Some error. And the error will be, again, we'll be using MySQL. This time will be connect error. Okay, so connect after that error, and it will take a parameter or object or variable, whatever you say. So I'll be give that connection. Okay, now first let me press Ctrl S and go to your browser, and we have this one. Now let me reload. Okay, so continue, and it says your email and password has been successfully stored in database because we have typed. So first let me check. If I reload it, what will happen? As you can see, there is nothing. Okay, there is some. Okay, let me insert record manually here from user. Suppose now I am end user and I am going to insert my email, Noor, and this will be my email, and the password will be something like you and just submit. It says your email and password has been successfully stored in database. Now how to see my record? So you have to go here and just reload. Now there is an error. Why? Now the error is, okay, I have to click on this table. Let me check here. We have successfully entered our record because there was no error. That was my mistake because I have clicked just on contacts. That's why I was not in table, because the table is within this contact database, contact us database. Table exists within this contact database, so you have to click on this table so that you can easily check your records. So the first one that we have inserted, it has also successfully inserted. After that we have this one. Now let me insert another one. So again, this time Mehru @gmail.com, and the password will be Mehru. So Mehru, and just submit. Again it says your email and password has been successfully stored in database. Let's see, is it true? Reload. As you can see, Mehru and gmail.com, everything is successfully inserted into database. So we have learned, we have done something real. Now this is your website. Consider it is your website. You can create your own website. If you are not expert in HTML and CSS, then you can use Bootstrap, and if you are expert in PHP, then you can create forms. Now the task will be, your homework will be, create Facebook login form using Bootstrap or using HTML CSS within the same HTML code. Sorry, PHP file, not code, PHP file, or the same code. Just create this form, first email, then password, and after display, you have successfully logged in into Facebook. Display this message, and also create here a table by the name of Facebook database. After this Facebook database, create a table, Facebook login, and whatever I have done here, you can do the same thing right there. This will be your homework, and if you are ready for this, then just type yes within comment. Now we'll be seeing and we'll be doing something new in our PHP in the next video. So see you there. But before going from here, if you haven't subscribed my channel Coding World, then subscribe it. And if you are a beginner, then go into the description part of this video, and there I have provided all my YouTube channel, my Coding World playlist. There you will be seeing everything such as CSS, HTML related, everything to programming. So see you in the next video.